Welcome to the House of the Spirit. Welcome home. This is going to be a reading for Lionsgate. And I was really happy to do this reading because I didn't know if I would have the time. I chose the Egyptian-inspired theme, and I also chose the closest thing to a lion. It's a feline for luck, and scarab for the Egyptian theme in my temporary tattoos. And I was really thinking of a lion as a sphinx. And it was really interesting that when I shuffled this tiny Egyptian tarot that I have, the first card that came out was Ra, the sun god. It's from the monotheistic religion from Egypt. And next card that came out was the Sphinx, and it's closely related to the World card for me. It has all the signs, the fixed signs, so it's very similar to the traditional World card. So to me, this specific reading, the theme that came out spontaneously or naturally was about world events. So straight into the reading, I think that we will see a lot of changes and a lot of turmoil in the next phase of our collective evolution. I really feel like this is going to be expressed in a little bit more of an explosive way. I think that there will be world players emerging and other world players stepping away. I think that this is actually going to feel very natural, although at times it will feel like people are confronting truths that they maybe didn't want to see or that are very unpleasant for us as a collective. And it's very important to maintain a certain distancing and a sense of detachment, because I think that the passion, too much passion, is not really good right now for the peaceful resolution. So it's better to cool off, to be very rational, to be very cool about things, and to express our feelings. It's finding ways to express our feelings collectively in a way that is constructive, but it's not destructive and it's not too impulsive and too explosive. But I feel like some things might emerge in a very maybe even violent manner in some places of the world. But I think that ultimately it will be for the bigger, if you have a bigger picture, it will be for the bigger, the higher good of everyone. And I also think that, to me, I don't know exactly why, but in this specific reading, it's very focused in everything that happens in the US. And I don't know exactly why, because actually now there's more of news coming from like the UK and Europe, and we have the Olympics going on, so everything is a little bit more, especially in this of course this hemisphere and the culture that I'm more in touch with, it's very focused on what's happening here. But of course US politics, it affects the whole world, and it's very important, especially for the Western culture, of course, and European culture is extremely sensitive to what happens in the US, of course. So there's a very close connection. It's impossible not to, right? So I really feel like some things are going to happen in the US economy right now that are actually good, because they will require a lot of work, but it's work that has to be done more in the structural aspect. It might not be something that you will see immediately, but that you will see later on very clearly. And I think that it's actually good what's happening, although right now people feel like it's a bit hopeless and that you are losing too much. But there's going to be a shift. after some work and some collaboration. And I really feel like it's something that's happening in the US. To me, this specific card, it really popped out with the eagle sign or the falcon. But to me, it really reminded me of the eagle, like holding two things together and trying to elevate to the third. So it's like standing on previous work, but at the same time working hard to elevate something, to create something completely new. And I think that in the future, very near future, because I feel like this is very, like there's an urgency, and that there's a work that has been done that will culminate now. So it's like we are now arriving at the culmination point, at the climax of a certain situation. And so relying on previous work, something else will come up. Maybe it's a different way to achieve prosperity. Maybe it's a different way to create abundance that will severely affect the collective. When I say severely, it's greatly affect the collective. So it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. But I feel like there's a lot of there's also a lot of rumors. I feel like there's a lot of illusions and lies that will come to the surface, and that will make people make smarter choices. I really feel like there's this sense that we are now arriving at a place where we can harvest the fruits of past labor, which is really interesting, because right now people are, at least the people I see and the news that I get, is that people are a little bit like hopeless, and they're thinking negatively about the future of the economy. They think that with all this inflation and with all these problems and limitations, that it will be unpleasant in the near future. But actually, I think that this Lion's Gate is exactly opening a portal into a whole new reality where that might not be the case. But I think that people individually, people will have to make some changes, informed changes, because with the Seven of Cups and the Magician here, I really feel like once you know exactly what you want and you are at peace and aligned with what you want, you will have much more, a bigger realization, a deeper knowledge about how to use the tools that were given to you in a more efficient and wise way. So I want to clarify a little bit and go a little bit deeper. So okay, 10 of Wands. Let's see. Okay. I wanted to do this a little bit different. Let's. 10 of Wands, Prince of Swords. Yeah. And Temperance. So it's interesting that Temperance in this translated deck, it's art. So it is about alchemy. It is, all the symbols here are alchemy. So, and also I don't know if you can understand this sentence here. It's maybe a little bit hard to understand because it's I'm so sorry. Okay, it's the type is very hard to read, but it translates to visit the interior of the earth and slowly and rectifying and modifying and twitching slowly, you will discover the hidden stone. So you will discover the occult knowledge. And it's interesting that it's connected to those secrets or those realizations that I think that are coming, both on a collective sphere as well as affecting the personal, individual sphere. So it's also a specific point in the reading where as above, so below will apply. So here, I think that there's someone stepping out. There's someone that's stepping out or stepping down from a role. And of course, we have seen like leaders in the last month, in the past month, stepping down from their roles. And I don't think it's about that. It's someone else that will step down. Maybe step down from the race, or step down from, I actually feel like it's a world leader that is also stepping down from the role that they have. And I think that that will infuse the people, the collective, with a lot of knowledge about a certain situation. Like, it will bring clarity that it might be a little bit, it might sting a little bit to some people. It might be a little bit hurtful. I don't think it's going to be something that everybody will love, but I think it will be truth. So I think it has to be accepted in some way. In some way, people will have to make peace with it. Now, I also think that the point where we are at right now, collectively, also has a lot to do with suppressed energy. And this suppressed energy is creating a lot of pressure on the things we love, on the relationships. And I think that it's going to have to be kind of more balanced. And people will have to have a shift from putting so much emphasis on action and being more in an appreciative and grateful mindset. I think that this will help the collective immensely while going through these changes, like realizing that if you are led maybe by the media or by your own thoughts or by the people around you, if you are led into despair, into impulsive behavior, into bad habits, or into like doom thinking, and this kind of a doomer mood, I think that when you start feeling that, realize that maybe you are allowing some other energies to penetrate your energetic body, and they're not supposed to be there, and they're kind of sucking all the pleasure out of life, and they are like parasites, like they are sucking the energy out of your relationships. So I would say that this is a very nice time, a very good time for everyone to direct their passions into their specific relationships, more personal relationships, interpersonal relationships. If you are connected to people around the world, try to be warmer, try to be more inviting, try to be in person with everyone. But if it's not possible for you, just try to listen more and be in a more receptive and grateful state of mind and of being. And that way, all these convulsions and changes will not feel so dramatic, because I feel like there's a lot of drama and emphasis that it's unnecessary. And although like Lionsgate is kind of a bold energy and a very, it might be even eccentric, a little bit, how do you say, extroverted, but it's not explosive, but it's like bold, right? It has this boldness because it comes from having this passion and this energy that has to come out. It's flamboyant, it's eccentric, it calls for attention. And if it's used for the right reasons and with the right intention, for example, to entertain, to make people laugh, to make people happy, to kind of remove the weight and the seriousness of all the work, because I think that people are really feeling like they're working and working and working, and it's not getting us anywhere collectively. It's kind of like we are getting deeper and deeper into conflicts and wars, and I really feel like that if you kind of lighten the mood a little bit and realize if that's the case for you, count your blessings, and if you live in a peaceful country and in a peaceful place, try to be grateful for the very basic things in life, for the simple things in life, like you have water, you have oxygen, right? You have the sun, or if it's raining, you have the rain. So, like, be grateful for whatever you have. It's the concept of amor fati that is also popularized by philosophy. Specifically, I think it's Nietzsche. Amor fati is loving your destiny, loving what happened to you, no matter what. Loving, if it's something that hurts, you love it. If it's something that is good, you love it. And I think, I know it's easy to say, and it's not easy to do, but I think that if you have more of a sense of humor, I really think that, Lionsgate for me is really opening up the doors to humor and to being a little bit playful and joyful and maybe even childlike if necessary, because everything that's going to happen in the collective is very serious. So if people take things just a little bit too seriously, it's going to kind of degrade. It's going to be harder. It's going to make people resentful and more aggressive, and I don't think we want that as a collective, because we might think that in the moment that might feel good, but afterwards it's going to just create more trouble and more illusions and more lies and more, karmic threads to be wrapped around in. So basically, we are going to transition into a much more prosperous period because of Lionsgate. Because I think Lionsgate is really opening up the minds of people to maybe different ways, different solutions, and not being so focused on the problems is very, very important. Like changing the mindset. So many people are changing their mindsets in the Lionsgate. So it's really actually very nice. I was worried because everybody's worried, right? Everybody's a little bit fearful and kind of cautious and thinking of the future with, maybe some ambiguous feelings. But I think that that's a part of being conscious, right? Everything has its good aspects and bad aspects. So the more conscious you are, the more you're going to know also the bad aspects of things. So it's quite natural that as we evolve together and as we are more and more conscious of what is happening around the world with everyone, and we have a lot of information now, it's too much sometimes, and we need time to process that, the feelings that come up once we know certain things. And I really think that it's also one of these messages, is like, take the time to heal whatever needs to be healed in yourself. Once you see something on the news and it makes you cry, or it makes you mad, it makes you kind of triggers something in you, try to take the time to heal from that. Because although we get this 24-hour news cycle that is very annoying and very irritating to some of us, I try not to watch too much. We need to take time to heal, take time to understand. Don't make judgments, just because you hate that group or you are personally affected. try to have a more transpersonal, a more detached perspective, because I think that that will help us tremendously in the long run, because we will have a more a cleaner subconscious. Like when we go to sleep, the things that emerge are much more tangible for us to work on, and it's not like the enemy is something like that I yell at and it's far away, like, you know, the old man yelling at clouds, like frustrated. I really feel like if we have something to work on, we should work on. So only focus on things that you can work on, and don't focus on the losses. Because if you just focus on the losses, you will lose the opportunities that are just around the corner. Because 10 of Pentacles is the last card that I drew. So 10 of Pentacles is really good, and for the collective, it's amazing. We have the scarab here. I also have a scarab here. So it's good luck, blessings, fortune. 10 of Pentacles is legacy. So what we are doing right now is going to leave a legacy. It's a really good work we are going to do together, and it's going to leave something for future generations. So we are working for them. It's not only for us and for our immediate well-being. It's not only the collective that is here on earth right now, it's also the collective of humanity. So using that knowledge that came before and being nurtured by the work of our ancestors in order for us to create a future for the generations that are coming after us. Really, really interesting. So amazing Lionsgate. I hope you have the best Lionsgate ever. I am going to post this at 8 in the morning, so that all the 8s align, and I really hope that this will bring many blessings for our collective. And I would also like to invite you to visit my website and also my Instagram account and my TikTok. I would love for you to subscribe to the channel. It will help me so much because I'm just starting out. So please help me in this Lionsgate manifest something amazing and hit 100 subscribers. It will be awesome. And also like and share the video if it resonates with you. I really hope that if you share this video, that the people are blessed with a lot of luck and with this huge, passionate and playful and joyous energy that I felt in my body and spirit right now. And also, yeah, leave me a comment. I would love to know how this Lionsgate is going for you. And thank you so much for this. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.